Hello, my friend. Welcome to How to Like Your Life, a brain training podcast for mindset transformation. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm Emilie. I'm a brain training specialist and hypnosis practitioner here to teach you how to harness your own inner power using the magic and science of brain training and self-hypnosis to transform your life and like your life. Before jumping into today's episode, I wanted to let you know that I have an upcoming Pay What You Can brain training workshop on overcoming perfectionism. The live virtual workshop will be on Sunday, June 30th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. There's also a replay if you can't make it live. And in this experiential workshop, I'm going to guide you through a series of brain training and hypnosis exercises and tools so that you can start teaching your brain to release perfectionist tendencies, have more self-compassion, not be so hard on yourself, and also have more fun as you are embracing the messiness and ups and downs of what it means to be a human. You will leave with a whole bunch of tools that you can utilize on your own, a guided hypnosis recording, as well as a mini brain training handbook that outlines everything that we do together, so it will really set you up to create a daily practice for yourself. Like I said, it's pay what you can. There are payment plans available as well, and you can find the link to sign up at the very bottom of the show notes. I would absolutely love to see you there, and in the meantime, let's dive into today's episode. All right, I get a lot of questions and requests for today's topic, which is how to shift your relationship with your body, whether that is body image and your relationship with the way that you look, or whether that is internal, if you experience chronic illness, chronic pain, if you feel like you are just fighting with your body every day in any capacity, this is going to be a really good episode to help you build some compassion back for the beautiful vessel that you are existing in this life. I have had a very complicated relationship with my own body. If you've listened to the episode where I talk about my story and how I got into this kind of work, I experienced very severe, very debilitating chronic illness in my early 20s. It halted my life. I was so angry with my body all the time. I felt like I was fighting it. I felt like it was just against me at all times. And on top of the physical pain that I was feeling, I didn't like the way it looked. I felt like in all ways, it just wasn't me. Like I, as an essence, was so fundamentally separate from the skin suit that I was living in. And over the years, as I recovered and as I navigated other chronic illnesses and other chronic pain, I have done a lot of work and figured out a lot of really useful strategies to shift that and really understand how to have a more loving relationship with my body. And this is not just like turning on a light switch and saying, I love my body, it's perfect, it's great, it's wonderful, it's 100% exactly everything that I would ever want it to be, because we're human, right? We experience pain, we experience insecurities, we live in a very toxic society that tells us that we should experience these insecurities. And our brains learn from experience. They take all the experiences we've ever had to inform the beliefs that we hold. And so if we've had all these experiences of discomfort physically or discomfort in our appearance, and then we just start saying, my body's perfect, my body's perfect, my body's perfect, your brain's going to be like, no, it's not. It's not going to believe those big, grandiose statements right off the bat. We need to start easing in with the truth of the parts of the experiences that we're having that support the way we do want to feel about our bodies. Because no matter what, it's the only one we've got. And that is a very beautiful thing because it's a part of us. It's what carries us through the world and through our experiences. And sometimes it's hard to trust that your body's on your side, but it is. Especially if you experience pain or symptoms of illness. It's hard to see this, but your body's number one job is to keep you alive, is to protect you. And even if you experience pain, your body's been doing its job and it's been successful because you are here, you are alive. It has kept you alive, even in the face of the hardest things, in the face of the scariest illnesses and injuries and whatever else you've experienced. It has got you here because it is committed to taking care of you. And pain is not there to hurt you. I know that sounds kind of counterintuitive, but it's not there to kill you. It's there to protect you. It's your body saying, hey, this is maybe a threat here. Can you help me out and maybe bring your attention to it? It's trying to protect you. Now, when that pain becomes chronic, it can feel really complicated. I know that because it feels like your body is just trying to make you focus on feeling terrible all the time, but it thinks it's helping you. And so the number one thing that I want you to take away from this episode, whether you're listening to it because of body image, because of physical appearance, because of physical discomfort, because of pain, is that your body is on your side. And the more compassion you send to your body, the better you're going to feel. Even if it's just you're experiencing pain and you say, thanks for telling me. Thank you. I know that we're hurting. I know that you're trying to tell me this. It's not new information, but thank you for doing your best, because it is doing its best. And when we start to have compassion for our bodies, it's easier to take care of it. It's easier to take care of this vessel that we are in. It's easier to move in ways that feel good, to fuel and nourish that body. Because if we say to ourselves every day, I hate my body, I hate it so much, there isn't really an incentive to make it feel better, because if we hate something, we don't want it to feel good, right? But if you adore and you love this existence, this being, if you have compassion for it, even if you recognize that it's not perfect and that it sometimes causes you discomfort, that compassion can help you take actions to soothe it, to eat and sleep and hydrate and stretch and move in ways that support you. And I'm not here to tell you what to eat. I'm not here to tell you what exercise to do. That is not my expertise, and that is not my job here. But on the most basic level, eat, sleep, move in whatever way feels good for you, and hydrate. When you do those things, which you inevitably will every single day, I want you to start acknowledging when you are taking those actions and say to yourself, I'm worthy of having my needs met. I am worthy of having my needs met. I am worthy of having my needs met. And when you pair this language with the actual experience of meeting your needs, it's going to help to reinforce this belief that your body is worthy of having its needs met. All right, so the next thing that I want you to consider is what's going right within your body. What's going right? So this is a pretty transformative shift that I experienced when I was navigating chronic pain, because pain is loud by design. It is meant to bring all of your attention to it because your body's perceiving that it's an emergency, that you need to attend to it and take care of it. When that pain is chronic, it's not so helpful, but that pain is still screaming for our attention. And oftentimes when we focus on that pain naturally, it becomes harder to recognize the fact that there are parts of our body that are okay. And for me, this started with a language shift, because I used to say, oh my God, my entire body hurts. But that wasn't actually true. So in more recent years and months, I have stage 4 endometriosis. I am just freshly out of surgery. So I'm hoping I can say that I do not have endometriosis anymore for a while at least. But I had it pretty bad. The pain was so intense. My abdomen hurt all the time. It made me nauseous. It also caused aches in my arms and my legs. And so when that happened, I would say, my whole body hurts. And when we pair words with experiences, our brains learn from them. Those ideas start to develop beliefs. And so over time, it became easier and easier for me to just feel like my whole body was in pain. But that's not true. So when you're experiencing pain, or when you're experiencing frustration about your body in any way, I want you to ask yourself, what is going right? Start to take inventory of the parts of the body that feel okay. Right now, the tip of my nose is okay. My right forearm is okay. My left pinky is okay. My lungs are okay. I am breathing fine. My eyeballs are seeing okay with my glasses on. And this is going to take some practice in the beginning, but start just checking in often throughout the day and asking yourself, where in my body am I okay? because pain signals or even frustration about our bodies can cause us to feel unsafe. It can make us feel like our bodies are not safe to be in. So broadening our awareness of where in our bodies is it safe can really help us regulate and reduce our stress around it and find more calm and peace. And eventually, that also causes us to not focus on that pain so much. It's not necessarily going to make it go away. It's not a quick cure or quick fix, but especially with chronic pain, when we turn our attention to other parts of the body, it can diminish or at least quiet those pain signals a little bit and make it more comfortable for you. I'd like to quickly interrupt this episode to share a bit about how you can make it easier to like your life using my hypnosis app, Dawdle. What you might not know is that every single episode of this How to Like Your Life podcast is paired with a recommended guided hypnosis session on the Dawdle app to help you enhance the practices that we're talking about here so you don't have to figure it out all on your own. On the app, you'll also find tons and tons of full-length hypnosis sessions to help you in so many areas of your life, including relaxation, stress relief, focus, motivation, joy, confidence, health and healing, sleep, getting in touch with your goals, and so much more. There's also a whole library of eyes open hypnosis for you to listen to while you're doing things actively, while walking, while showering. There's also a library of mood shifters, which are practices that are under 5 minutes, designed to help you get out of a stress response fast and feel better quickly. So in this podcast, I'll teach you how to like your life, and on Dawdle, it'll become a very easy task. So make sure to try out Dawdle for free for 7 days, and you can find the download links in the show notes. Now let's get back to the episode. In a similar kind of practice, something that has totally changed my life has been recognizing how to help myself feel good physically with teeny tiny actions. So building on the last step of recognizing when things are okay, you can also recognize how you can help your body feel good or feel more okay in the moment. So throughout your day, start asking yourself, what is one thing I can do to help my body feel 1% better right now? So that could just be adjusting your posture. It could be giving yourself a hug. It could be taking a deep breath. It could be getting a sip of water, having a snack. It could be choosing to put on your softest clothing. It could be even just caressing your cheek the way that you would with someone you love. It could be giving yourself a little neck massage or laying in your bed, doing something small that can help your body feel just 1% better can start to give your brain evidence that you're capable of feeling better. And we love all or nothing thinking. Our brains are so black and white. We love to generalize. So this practice of just feeling 1% better can help us break out of that, because so often when we feel like crap, we just want more than anything to feel 100% better, which is almost never possible, but it is always possible to feel 1% better. And so when you do these things, acknowledge that you did that you took an action to help you feel a little bit more soothed, a little more comfortable, and then enjoy it. Enjoy what it feels like to feel a little bit better. And then if you want, you can take another action, feel 1% better after that. And these little baby steps can help you have more agency in the way that your body feels. And it can help build that compassion, because you and your body are working together to survive. They're working together to protect you and to live a good life. Again, your body is trying its best to take care of you. If you had a caregiver that was doing so much to take care of you, to protect you, to keep you alive, don't you think it would be more effective to send compassion to that caregiver than to say, I hate you, you suck, you're terrible, you're not good enough? Let's start shifting out of that anger. And I get it. I get the rage that comes with not liking your body. It is so endlessly frustrating. And that anger can be there, but I want you to also just recognize that it's not trying to hurt you. Your body is never trying to hurt you. So the last thing I want to leave you with is a phrase, a practice that I use every day now. It's really helped me have more compassion in general for my body. Earlier I mentioned noticing what's going right, noticing where the body feels okay. This is kind of a similar practice, but I want you to do a little body scan. So turn your attention to different parts of the body. Maybe start at the top of your head, start at your brain, and just consider all of the things that your brain does for you, all the things that it does to help you. And you can get specific with examples. You might do this in a journaling exercise or in a mental visualization, whatever feels best for you. But acknowledge all the things your brain does for you, and then say, thank you for being my body. Thank you for being my body. And then move on to the next body part. Maybe notice your eyes, all the beauty that your eyes can take in, all of the art that you witness, all of the people that you love, that you see, and say, thank you for being my body. Then you might move to your nose, thinking about all of the wonderful smells, all the delicious foods that it lets you smell, all of the air that it allows you to breathe in, and say, thank you for being my body. And work your way down to each body part, one by one. Notice your mouth, maybe your neck, your throat, the voice that you have, your shoulders that hold you up high, that allow you to carry bags of things that you like, your arms that help you do so many activities that you love, your hands that help you in every single moment, your lungs that allow you to breathe, your stomach that allows you to digest food. And even if it doesn't do it perfectly, it's still doing it. That's really the key here. Even if there are parts of the body that experience illness or dysregulation, they're still trying to do those things for you. So focus on all the things that your body is trying to do to help you and thank it. It's like a little kid that's trying to help you take in the groceries. They might not do it perfectly, but they're trying. And it's really amazing to see them try to help you because they're trying to be your little sidekick. And even if they drop a bag or they don't carry it perfectly, you would thank them for being on your side. So in this same way, go through each of these body parts and thank your body for being your body. When I first did this practice, I burst into tears. So if that happens to you, just know that that's normal. It's a pretty huge release of grief in some cases to shift into this kind of compassion. And it takes some time. It takes time to change these beliefs. So as you're doing these practices, give yourself grace, be patient with yourself, because chances are you've been living with these old beliefs for a long time, and it takes a while for the brain to shift. But the more experiences you give yourself of recognizing that you're worthy of having your needs met, of noticing what's going right in your body, of thanking your body, of helping your body feel 1% better, the more you do this and integrate it into your daily life, the easier and easier it will get. But it takes time for the brain to change. But ultimately, your body is worthy of compassion. You are worthy of compassion. You are worthy of being cared for by others, by yourself. You are worthy of appreciating and valuing the body that you're in. Your body has value because it is a part of you, because it is what carries you. And that is a really beautiful thing. Now, this podcast is really about teaching you practical strategies to create intentional change in your life. So I have some resources that can be really helpful additions to the things that you are learning in this podcast. First and foremost, I have a hypnosis app called Dawdle that's actually paired with this podcast. So while it has over 100 guided sessions for tons of different areas of your life, the app also has a section with hypnosis practices that are paired specifically with the episodes that you're listening to here on How to Like Your Life. So as you are learning about these tools while you're listening to the podcast, you can hop on over to Dawdle and you'll find an outline of all the tools that you've learned, in addition to suggested guided practices to make the process easier for you to change your brain. So you are not doing it all on your own. Dawdle is free to try for 7 days, so check it out in the show notes, give it a try, listen to a bunch of them throughout the week, and I have a feeling you're going to start to feel a very powerful shift in your days. I also have a live virtual workshop coming up specifically on overcoming perfectionism using brain training and hypnosis. The workshop is on Sunday, June 30th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and there's also a replay if you can't make it live. It's pay what you can. There are payment plans available as well, and I'll guide you step by step through exercises that can help you train your brain to release perfectionism and feel better in the messiness of human life. The info for the workshop is linked at the very bottom of the show notes, so make sure to check that out, and I would absolutely love to see you there. If you enjoyed this episode and you got something out of it, if you learned something, please rate and review this podcast on whatever platform you are listening. These ratings are so helpful in boosting this podcast so that more people can have access to these free resources. And on a more selfish note, I just love reading your messages. Feel free to also share How to Like Your Life on your Instagram and tag me and share it with your friends. Let's spread the word that it is possible to like your life, because it so is. You are capable of changing your brain. You are capable of feeling better, and I believe in you. You've been listening to How to Like Your Life. I'm your host, Emilie Lies. As always, it's been so great chatting with you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, friend.